So here's what happens when you come to our restaurant. We ask you if you've been here before. If you say no, we put a red cocktail napkin down. Everybody else has a white napkin. You got a red napkin. You say, why do I have a red napkin? Well, because you're a new customer. We want to make sure we welcome you. Oh, that feels pretty good. Mm-hmm. Manager must come up, introduce himself. Now, we'll send you a postcard that says you can get a free rib dinner at my restaurant any day of the week. Nobody with you, no restrictions at all. So you come to my restaurant, you put the red napkin down, you give me the card for the free rib dinner, you have your free rib dinner. Other people spend $1,000 on media to get a customer to come to their bar. It costs me $4 in a rib dinner. In a market like New York, if you advertise and then look at how many new customers you get, your acquisition cost can be almost $1,200 for every customer you get. It costs me $4 for a rib dinner, $1 for the postcard, and a free piece of cheesecake. So it costs me about $8 to get a new customer. It costs somebody else over $1,000. That's the way you market a restaurant.
All right, Thrive Nation, welcome back to the conversation. It is the Thrivetime Show on your podcast download. Now, we've talked on previous podcasts about the importance of making a wow experience for each and every client. But what I see all the time, Marshall, is I see clients that they personally can wow their customers through their own personality, through their own demeanor, through their own aura, but they don't have a system in place that allows their team to wow people. So what we want to do is, now that you've created a wow moment for your client, you want to create a wow checklist so that you're wowing your customers systematically, whether you are personally working with the customer or not. So walk me through how to make a checklist to wow each and every customer.
Well, because physicians went to 9 years of medical school, they probably don't need checklists. And because pilots have logged hundreds of hours of flying, they probably don't need checklists either. Right.
Because they've been to a lot of school. They've
been to a lot of school.
They're past that.
Don't hold me accountable. I do it right every single time.
But then what happened was a guy by the name of Atul Gawande in 2008, he teamed up with the World Health Organization, and they agreed to work together to bring checklists to 8 hospitals around the world. And during the 6 months that they insisted on the use of checklists, deaths fell by 47%.
Deaths?
Deaths.
He reduced the amount of deaths by 47%.
And post-surgical complications dropped by 36%. He went on to report in his book called The Checklist Manifesto that the volume and complexity of what we know has now exceeded our individual ability to deliver its benefits correctly, safely, and reliably. So, Marshall, it's almost impossible even for surgeons to execute succinctly, correctly, and accurately without a checklist.
Well, here's the deal. If you are God's gift to wowing, okay, whether it's you're a contractor, whether it is that you provide a service, or maybe you're even selling a product, and your product is the best product in the world at whatever it is that it does.
Around the world, around the world.
If you do not have a checklist for that wow, you're always going to be the one that is the slave to your business. You are going to work for your business. Your business is not going to work for you.
Another example, Reid Hoffman. This is the guy who founded LinkedIn, one of the part of the original team, the PayPal Mafia, as it's called, who helped start PayPal. That would be Elon Musk, Peter Thiel, and the group. He says, if your idea is a little better or a little faster, that doesn't mean anything. The competitive differentiators that matter are 10 times greater. If your idea doesn't offer that, then you shouldn't. Or then you should. He says if your idea doesn't offer that 10 times greater experience, you should be really paranoid that's not a good one. Otherwise, it won't drive adoption. People trying it out.
I'm going to go off on
by
this
customers,
one.
Most especially, or investors or employees. He's saying, Marshall, you got to wow people.
Oh, my gosh. So I talk to business owners all day about this. I ask them, what is your value differentiation? What is it that you do differently in order to create a product or a service that people want? They go, well, I'm just a little bit better at customer service.
Just a little bit.
My quality is just a little bit better. I am
just a little bit.
My communication's a little bit better.
I teamed up with 50 Cent. It's just a little bit.
This is what Reid Hoffman is saying, is if you are not 10 times better, not just 1 unit better, but 10 times better than your
10 times better,
then it is not a value differentiator. It is not a wow. You should not be doing business.
But shh. Hush. Just let it happen. Chuck, I want him to zip it. Because Atul Gawande, the best-selling author of Checklist Manifesto, he says, we don't like checklists. They can be painstaking. For those of you listening, I have a live turkey in the studio. That's the sound. We don't like checklists. They can be painstaking. They're not much fun. But I don't think the issue here is mere laziness. There's something deeper, more visceral going on when people walk away not only from saving lives. This is a guy who is a professor at the Harvard Medical School. He says when people are walking away from not only saving lives, but from making money, it feels somehow beneath us to use a checklist, an embarrassment. It runs counter to the deeply held beliefs about how the truly great among us, those we aspire to be, handle situations of high stakes and complexity. The truly great are daring. They improvise. They don't stick to checklists and protocols. Maybe our idea of heroicism needs updating. He goes on. He writes this book, Checklist Manifesto Will Set You Free. He says, we brought a 2-minute checklist into the operating room in 8 hospitals. I worked with a team of folks that included Boeing Airlines, the people who make the airplanes, Boeing, to show us how they do it. And we just made sure that the checklist had some basic things. Make sure the blood is available, antibiotics are there, how did it work. We got better results. Do you understand they decreased the amount of deaths in the hospital by 47% just using a checklist? So now let's talk about wowing customers. I'm going to give you an example, Marshall, and I want you to help me implement it. I remember I had the epiphany to wow my customers at DJ Connection when I read a book called Think and Grow Rich. It was rekindled, that idea was rekindled when I read the book called Raving Fans, which so many people have read. So what I did is after the wedding, I wrote down on a piece of paper, I said, what I want to do is I want to send the bride a CD of all of the songs he played at her wedding, which turned out to be illegal, but it was a thing. And I wanted to give them an Outback gift certificate, and I wanted to send them a handwritten note. And I told the team, guys, after the wedding, I want you to write the bride a handwritten note, provide a CD of all the songs. I've already have a guy working that night. He'll just give it to you, put it in an envelope, right? It'll be nice have a cover printed on the CD with their name on it. You send that out. You sign the thank you card, and you send out the Outback gift card. You put it in the envelope, boom. Marshall, what do you think the issue was with implementing that with 80 disc jockeys?
Well, if you're going to send a thank you note and you're leaving it up to the DJs.
Do you remember this happening?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, gosh.
If you leave it up to them as to what to say in that note, it is going to be just like your phone answering script.
Now, I'm not.
Hey, thanks.
Listen, I'm not. I am not exaggerating. The DJs, when we looked at it, we looked at the note.
Yeah.
They wrote on some of them. I'm not kidding. I'm going to give you some of the quotables.
I remember this.
One bride, I got a complaint. She said the DJ was awesome. And the letter he wrote her, he said, you looked so hot on the night of your wedding, but you looked hotter on the night before when you were at that rehearsal. I mean, you are hot. I mean, he's so lucky. You are just hot. And he goes on about how hot she is. And that was his thank you card.
That's the customer wow.
Did he sign it with his number at the bottom?
So again, Marshall, when you have it, you have to make a checklist for what to say.
Right. So I'm going to break this down, and this is the concept this is what everybody needs to understand. You must manage the strategy.
Oh, come on now.
And delegate the execution.
Oh, say it again.
Manage the strategy and delegate the execution.
So you can't hire somebody to make your strategy for you.
That is right. And so this is what we did with DJ. And I remember this. You said you can either write A or you can write B.
Right.
Okay. This is template A or this is template B. And
dude, then we asked him to mail it. We asked him to write the address on the envelope. And a lot of the guys couldn't write on an envelope.
Most people couldn't write letters.
I bet you 50% of the disc jockeys could not address an envelope.
They're like, where do I put it? These are real things.
These are college graduates.
So
it was a good job, TU. Good job, ORU. We had a lot of ORU graduates. I'm not kidding. That could not write legibly.
What hand do I hold the pen in?
Just crazy. So Napoleon Hill writes, render more service than you are paid for, and eventually you'll be paid more for less services rendered. So you want to wow them. I get it. So I'm going to walk you through some ample examples that are very hard to execute until you get it. Once you get it, it's easy. Okay, here we go. I must gather a review from every client. Can we say that's a move we want to do? We want to gather a review from every client?
check
Got to
out.
do it.
So let's do a Google search right now, Chup, for carpet cleaning quotes, because I want to see how many reviews I have today for
pretty
OxyFresh.
impressive.
I want you to know. I want to know how many reviews do I have
I
today.
checked earlier.
I just talked to John today. He's headed off on a trip to celebrate his wife's birthday. I just want to know how many reviews does my main man Jonathan Barnett have today?
126,812.
And we are top in the world for the phrase carpet cleaning quotes today. So what I want to do is I'm going to pull it up on the big screen here so you guys can all see it. So if you go to spyfoo.com, this is a free tool that you can check out that allows you to see the original web traffic that a website gets per day, per week, per month, whatever. Right now, we are getting 203,000 website visitors to the website for the first time
That's a couple.
as a result of those reviews. So this is how you do it, though. After the carpet's cleaned, the technician has to say, were you happy with the service? And they say, I think so. And they say, hey, well, let me walk you through. I want to do a walk through the house with you so you can look at the carpet we cleaned and see if you're happy. And if you are, I'd just like to get your feedback. So you walk through, they do an inspection, and the customer, typically a woman, will say, yeah, I liked it. It was nice. I appreciate you cleaning my house. They say, well, hey, would you like me to take X number of dollars off the bill? And then right there they say, well, yeah. They say, well, cool. If you could leave me a Google review or a Facebook review, I could do that for you. Just leave me an objective review. That's how you do it. But there's got to be a penalty if somebody doesn't get the review. So another example would be a real estate agent I worked with. We did a free pizza on the moving day. So if somebody bought a house, we did a free pizza. We would deliver when the people are moving. You move in your house and you're trying to get everything in that U-Haul. You get a free pizza delivered. What was the hard part about executing that, Marshall?
You got to make sure that they do it.
Right. People would forget every time. I'm not kidding. There's one lady who would say, what are your tips for remembering? I'm like, listen, we're going to close a house every day, every other day, probably three a week. When the house closes, you're not going to get paid your commission until you order the pizza. Oh, okay, well, that just doesn't seem very nice. No, it's cool because if you forget to deliver the pizza, I'll forget to pay you.
Whoops.
Oh, done. Problem solved. Okay, so handwritten note, we talked about that. Again, what about sending a thank you video to every customer?
It's incredible.
It's a
sending
move.
a welcome video.
That's over-delivering on your over-delivery.
I have one of my clients, every time he goes out and does a bid, he brings fresh cookies. Okay?
Oh, come on now.
And so they're like, you're here to quote me and you brought cookies? Okay, well, first
Take my money. Take my money.
We'll take a good hard look at it.
Now, I want to make sure you're getting this. If you're a contractor and you're out there trying to get business, you're saying your guy brings free cookies, free fresh-baked cookies as part of the quoting process.
Yeah.
He doesn't bring an ambiguous van filled with candy.
No.
Okay,
Or just like melted ice cream.
I just want to make sure that's not a tip. People are like, that's good. I should write that down. I'm going to get a brown van and offer candy to
If you
strangers.
just come in the van here, I'll give you your quote. It's right in my mobile office right here.
Okay, so again, we're putting ample examples on the show notes where you can see the thank you videos that the billion-dollar company Warby Parker actually sends out. So when you actually buy a pair of glasses from Warby Parker, they've been known to send thank you videos. You've got to create a wow checklist. Now, Marshall, on the show notes, do we not have an example of how to make a wow checklist?
You got to have a wow checklist. You got to have a downloadable. You got to have these things to hold your team accountable to doing it every time.
Chup, what are we talking about next, my man? I'm pretty excited. What are we talking about next?
We're going to get into buying life insurance and why that's important.
Take the room down a notch. Buying life insurance.
Boo.
Because you're alive. That's why.
And then we're going to list
Right back
out
up.
all of the items on the periodic table slowly.
And then I'm going to
But
scrub
with
my
gusto.
eye.
But with gusto.
Stay tuned. It's the Thrivetime Show on your radio.
Clay, my honor to be on your show. And thank you for all you do. I hear the ripple effects from you are good ripple effects. You know what I mean? People rave about what they learned from you. So congratulations.
Sean, guess what's happening? April 9th and 10th, 2026.
We are probably going to have an amazing business conference here at Tulsa, Jerusalem.
Yes, we're joined by Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow is going to be joining us right here at the Thrivetime Show World Headquarters, June 5th and 6th. He's a very successful football player, obviously a Heisman Award winner, but he's also a very successful entrepreneur. Now, when you work with real clients, Sean, clients you really work with to help them grow their companies, do you ever hear a business owner tell you that they didn't have time to get something done?
Every day.
How often is not having enough time a problem for business owners?
All the time. It's like maybe 90% of the issues as people are trying to grow their company.
Well, Tim Tebow is going to come join us here at the in-person Thrivetime Show 2-day interactive business workshop, and he's going to teach us time management and his approach to personal self-discipline and getting things done. Also at the workshop, I'll pull it up on the website so people can see it here. Also at the 2-day interactive workshop, Sean, we are going to be, there it is. We're going to be teaching accounting, systems creation, marketing, human resources, how to hire, inspire, train, and retain great people, accounting, social media advertising, search engine optimization. Sean, what's the area where most clients ask you for help the most? Is it generating leads? Is it hiring people? What's the biggest issue that most business owners have by default before they come to one of our workshops?
Well, I think it's management, because time is the most valuable resource for these business owners, and being able to manage their time is the first thing. Once they get that under control, then generally the numbers, being able to track their business and be able to make the best decisions based on numbers rather than emotions is a big area. And we teach all of this stuff at the business conference, particularly you, Clay. You love to hammer on time management. It's my favorite part of the conference.
Now, I'm going to pull this up real quick here because we're going to go through. If you're not excited, I want to get you excited about what we're going to cover at the workshop here. Okay.
All right.
The 2-day interactive workshop. This is my 20th year hosting workshops. So I'm telling you, folks, we're in rare form here. So one is the idea of establishing your revenue goals. I think most entrepreneurs don't know their revenue goals. Would you agree, or am I off my rocker?
No, that's totally a very important point we do with every one of our new clients that come on board, is we have to establish the revenue goals. And generally speaking, we have a vague idea, but not an exact idea that can be engineered down into like the daily goals for sales. And so that's a really big one.
Now, next is the break-even numbers. What kind of sales do you have to do to even break even?
Yeah.
Third is, how many hours per week do you want to work? What is your ideal schedule as an entrepreneur? Box number 4, how do you stand out in the clutter of commerce? What makes your company unique from all the different businesses? In a world of brown cows, herds of brown cows, proverbial brown cows, the analogy of brown cows, how can you be the purple cow that stands out? How can you be the squeaky wheel that gets the oil? Box number 5, branding. How do you improve the perception that people have of you, your business, your brand? Box number 6, marketing, your 3-legged marketing stool. What is a turnkey way for you and your company to generate leads so you can succeed? Because if you don't have any leads, your business will bleed. If you can't sell, your business will go to hell. You've got to generate leads. Sean, how often do business owners by default tell you they have a hard time generating leads?
It's almost all of the time. It's really a huge struggle. And many times they may be creating leads, but just through word of mouth. So they get to a point where we've implemented systems, and then they need to create more leads, but they've never had to do it. So there's a lot of different scenarios where business owners are like, how do you create leads? Something we hammer on at the conference a lot.
Box number 7, create a sales conversion system. Again, box number 7, create a sales conversion system. Sales scripts, recorded calls, one-sheets, pre-written emails, lead trackers, all of the sales tools, the sales print pieces, the one-sheets, the big screens that you see inside the business. Whether you're a doctor, you're a dentist, you're a lawyer, you got to have sales systems in place. We help you with that. Box number 8, what does it cost you to get another customer? Step number 8, what does it cost you to actually acquire a customer? Step number 9, it's hard to build an organization if you're not organized. We're going to teach you how to create repeatable systems, processes, file organization. Box number 10, we're going to teach you how to manage people, real people on the planet Earth. This just in, we're going to teach you how to manage real people on the planet Earth. Box number 11, how to create a sustainable schedule that works for you and your family. Step number 12, how to create human resources systems for recruiting, hiring, training, and retaining great people. Box number 13, accounting. This just in, we have to cover accounting. It's not how much you make, it's how much you keep. We're going to cover all the accounting things you need to know. And step 14, finally, what is the point of even achieving success? We're going to go over what is the point of even achieving success, how to design a life that you're excited about, how to design a life where you carve out enough time for your faith, your family, your finance, your fitness, your friendship, your fun, and where you're going to spend your focused time. We're going to go through that, all this and more. Now, the workshop, Sean, it's April 9th and 10th.
Yep.
It's a 2-day interactive workshop.
Yes.
And tickets, we always do it. It's $250 or whatever price that someone can afford. Sean, why do we let people name their price? Why do we have scholarship tickets available if somebody can't afford the $250 general admission ticket?
Well, we don't want anybody to miss out on it. You know, you could be at a startup phase or you could be, you know, way along in your business, but we want to make it accessible for everybody. I think it actually goes back to a story of your dad, and like it goes all the way back to how you've always done this as a business coach, trying to make sure that, you know, your average people out there have access to the things that work.
Now, 7 a.m. to 5. Sean, why do we go from 7 to 5 both days? I mean, it's 10 hours a day. 20 hours of training over 2 days. Why do we do 10 hours a day, Sean, of back-to-back workshops? We do a 30-minute teaching session. We do a 15-minute question and answer session, and then we take a break. 30 minutes of teaching, 15 minutes of question and answer, then we take a break. Why do we do that format, Sean?
That format is so that we can keep people engaged and not just sitting there listening, but also getting involved. We really encourage people to ask questions, and that's really where the juiciness of the conference comes out, is you can put your personal situation and your questions on the board, and Clay will tee off and give you direct advice. Even without being in our coaching program, you can get direct coaching from Clay. It's really a very engaging format. I enjoy it a lot.
Once again, folks, this event is April 9th and 10th, 2026. Get those tickets at thrivetimeshow.com. Once again, that's thrivetimeshow.com. Whoa. Who's our keynote speaker coming to the conference there, Sean?
Tim Tebow is our keynote speaker.
Sean, question number 3. How much does it cost to come to our in-person 2-day interactive business workshop right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma?
I think it's, did you say it's $250 or whatever you can afford?
That's right, $250
Yes.
or whatever you can afford. Sean, how do you spell Eric Trump backwards?
P-M-U-R-T-C-I-R-E. Ooh, that took a long time.
I'll have to listen to this. And you did it right. All right, again, that's Sean Lohman. I'm Clay Clark, inviting you to come join us at the in-person Thrivetime Show 2-day interactive workshop. This event is April 9th and 10th, 2026. Get those tickets at thrivetimeshow.com. Once again, that's thrivetimeshow.com. Right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Tim Tebow, baby. It's Tebow time.
Oh, yeah.
Tulsa, Jerusalem.
You could be anywhere doing a lot of different things, but you chose to be here.
Clay Clark is here somewhere. Where's my buddy Clay? Clay's the greatest. I met his goats today. I met his dogs. I met his chickens. I saw his compound. He's like the greatest guy.
I ran from his goats, his chickens, his dogs.
So this guy's like the greatest marketer you've ever seen, right? His entire life, Clay Clark, his entire life is marketing.
Hey guys, Luke Erickson here with the Thrivetime Show. As you can see behind me, we've got all kinds of energy going on. People are starting to show up for the conference, and it is hot in this place. We got grill guns over here. We've got people playing the drums. We've got a fire breather, and man, people are so excited as they come in. The conference is kicked off. This house is packed. We've got Aaron Hansis with Sean Holmes up there. We've got Steve Currington with Total Lindy Concepts up there talking about what is possible when you just implement, when you do the proven system. It's so exciting. People are going crazy. Guys, Luke Erickson with the Thrivetime Show here with you. It is day 2 and the energy is high. People are so excited to be showing up. The team is ready. Come on, let's see what it's like to go on in for day 2. Follow me.
My name is Kevin Thomas, and the name of our company is MultiClean. We are a commercial janitorial service, and we serve the entire state of Oklahoma and Kansas, and soon to be Arkansas. We have probably grown probably 5 times. We've added, I think when we first started with you, we had 60 to 65 employees. And now we have a little over 300 employees. Before we got involved with Thrivetime, we didn't really have any systems or processes in place. So I've probably been to, in 6-7 years, I've probably been to 12 to 13 business conferences. And amazingly, each time I go, I learn something new, and I'm so excited to bring it back and show the team.
4,000% from February to February. Now I can better that. Okay, Clay, I don't think you know this. I don't think you know this. I'm pinching myself, and if I cry, forgive me. In the last 2.5 days, we have bettered our entire month of February in the last 2.5 days.
I heard about it on the podcast. Started listening to the podcast, became a fan, and then figured out about the workshop. I own an insurance and financial services agency, and I was hoping to learn from the workshop systems and processes. I'm big on systems and processes, and always learning better ways to run a business more efficiently. The atmosphere's second to none. It's a high energy, really cool atmosphere to be around. Contagious, I would say. Just something every entrepreneur, I think, would appreciate and love. I'd say humorous, high energy, and full of substance, which I think is the key. A lot of business coaches or seminars maybe are high on motivation and making you feel good, but don't have a lot of substance that you can take back and implement, the following Monday, where his does. Man, there's a lot of valuable things. I'm gonna say, this is my second workshop. The first workshop I took back really the importance of a group interview. I used to spend hours and hours interviewing people, screening resumes, and that saving my time on that part is valuable. It was that and then the sales scripting that have been two major things just so far. Man, I think they're missing out on, expert advice from somebody who's been there, done that, built companies, has learned a lot of lessons. That's what I'm always looking for, is somebody that I can learn from that's ahead of where I am. And I think if you choose not to come, you're missing out on a lot of good advice that could help your business.
Hi, this is Charles and Amber Koloff. We're the owners of Koloff Fitness. We heard about Clay Clark through Paul Hood, our CPA. We've worked with Clay Clark for the last 2 years. Clay Clark has helped us take our 3 locations in 3 different states and create checklists, workflows, task lists, time blocks for every employee. He's helped us with creating systems and audits for every department, quantitative scorecards for each department and every position so that everybody has a number. It's been able to give us a lot of time freedom and financial freedom and peace of mind to know that everything's running efficiently, and he's been helpful with a lot of marketing, search engine optimization, helping us really rank high in Google, and pretty much every area of the business. It's been very, very helpful.
We would describe the experience of working with Clay as very energetic. He's full of energy. He's very encouraging, very motivating, but also accountable. So he keeps us accountable, and we love that accountability. It keeps our drive in the right direction, so we're not chasing things that aren't worth spending our time on.
Yeah, he's a great coach. He helps push us on certain areas, helps coach us in certain areas. We're all emotional creatures, and we go up and down, and he actually will tell us kind of where we're at, how we can get from there, and even emotionally, when we're stressed about something, he'll have a story to relate to, and it really helps us in every area of our business. It's been very, very helpful.
I think Clay's ability to have a whole team behind him that help him with all of his clients, all his coaching clients, is that it allows Clay to do what he's really good at, and that's working one-on-one with the client and coaching them. And then he can have his amazing staff come in and help you accomplish all these goals that you're setting.
And of course, he has all these resources, whether it's videographers or whether it's web developers, that they can quickly jump on your project, knock things out. He can quickly give you the right coaching. He's just got a whole team of people that whatever area you're lacking in your own company, he's got resources from video, web design, search engine guys who are just knowledgeable in that. Even though he knows a lot of that stuff, he's got these capable lieutenants that are ready to just take off and help you get that stuff. More stuff gets done on a weekly basis than you would on probably most than the individual or some other. We've worked with several companies before, and not as many things get done on a weekly basis, so it's been very helpful. Well, the conferences for me, I'm a slow learner, so I have to learn like over and over again, hear things over and over again. I've been to like, I think 8 different conferences, and each time you come, I learn a few new components. Some things are repetitive, but a lot of the stuff just resettles and I get a little bit more depth into each component. So, I mean, I've been to 8 of them. They're all super entertaining. He's very funny, very encouraging. You get to kind of self-reflect a lot. A lot of the stuff is really polarizing. You do a personal inventory of yourself and you'll think like, hey, I've really got to work on this, really got to work on that. So every time you come, I still get a lot of value out of it.
And as much as every conference is the same, it's totally different. So I think we'll hear stories we haven't heard before. He'll have entertainment, or he'll have speakers he didn't have before. And you, like you said, you just always catch a different part of the material that maybe you didn't catch before, or it's worded differently.
And it's really cool because some people that you've seen like a year ago at a conference, now they're being showcased as a success story, and you get to see their website, you get to see how their stats, all their metrics have improved and the revenue improved. So it's really cool to see people that just a year ago, that of course we've been here 2 years, that just came, that I met, is now being successful. It's really encouraging to see other people, accomplish that stuff. So Clay has helped us optimize our website and helped with really topping the right search engines that we need to make sure that we are very, very competitive with all of our other competitors. He's done, basically he outlines exactly what you need to be accomplishing, and he creates tasks that we have to accomplish and his team has to accomplish. And I would say over the last 2 years, we've totally ramped our website. We're topping Google in every one of our markets. We're just doing, I would say just doing really, really good. I feel very, very confident in all of our future locations and making sure that we're in front of the ideal and likely buyer. It's very encouraging. It's important to me to know when I'm working with Clay, I've been in business for a while and met with him even when I already had three businesses in 3 different states. And to know that what I share with him is staying private. He's not sending that out to anybody else. To know that when he's working with me, he's only working with no other gyms that are in direct competition with me. It's very encouraging to have somebody you can trust and rely on, that he isn't going to somehow tell your trade secrets or give information away. Just really awesome that he's a trustworthy guy, really cares about you as a client. For us, it's been a complete mind freedom because Clay has helped us create a lot of different documents and one-sheets for every department, put quantitative scorecards to each department. And so for us, it's been very encouraging and gives us peace. And when, as an entrepreneur, it's stressful. You go to bed at night, you're worried, did we cover this, did we cover that? So he helps extract everything out of your brain, everything from your business, put it into document creation, put it into checklists and workflows for every person in each department, and make sure that everything's getting done every week, every month, and funnel that all into KPIs or key performance indicators that you can see on a weekly basis to make sure you're moving the needle in the right area of your company. So it's very encouraging and give you a complete mind freedom and peace to know that stuff's created so you're easy to duplicate and scale your company.
Right, and then we can spend time doing what we're really good at and just trust the system.
I honestly believe everybody needs a coach. I think we're all inherently lazy and selfish and carnal. I truly believe that humans are humans. If we're standing, we'd rather sit. If we're sitting, we'd rather lay down. And if we're laying down, we'd rather be asleep. So to have somebody that challenges you, have real active candor, and be honest with you on every aspect of your company is really, really encouraging to me, because I want to know, I want to work on what we're weak at. I want to see any areas that we're not doing well in, and see his perspective from a third party, because you can look at your own business and just see the good. It's good to have somebody who does this, who's done this with hundreds of companies, really look at your company, reflect on your company, and see little chinks in the armor to make sure you cover that up so your competition can't get to you, and that you're successful overall in the big picture. So yes, I would recommend Clay Clark because he is a great friend, a great encourager. To me, he's been a wonderful friend. He's also, you can tell he cares, and he has just a wealth of knowledge. He's worked with so many different companies and different businesses. He could take a concept that he's used before in the past with somebody totally different industry and see how it would work perfectly for you in whatever niche market you're in or whatever type of service you're providing. And so his brain is just a wealth of knowledge, And just to have that type of perspective on, as a part of your team and your own company is huge, it's super valuable. So I would definitely encourage people to use him. But one thing is you got to be coachable. You got to be wanting to get feedback. You got to be wanting to really grow your company. You got to want to put that extra 10 hours a week to working on your business and not just in your business. And so, yes, I would recommend it to anybody who's wanting to grow their company and provide great systems, checklists, workflows, great encouragement, and have accountability.
Hi, I'm Aaron Antis with Shaw Homes. I first heard about Clay through a mortgage lender here in town who had told me what a great job he had been doing for them, and I actually noticed he was driving a Lamborghini all of a sudden, so I was willing to listen. In my career, I've sold a little over $800 million in real estate. So honestly, I thought I kind of knew everything about marketing and homes. And then I met Clay, and my perception of what I knew and what I could do definitely changed. After doing $800 million in sales over a 15-year career, I really thought I knew what I was doing. I've been managing a large team of salespeople for the last 10 years here with Shaw Homes. And I mean, we've been a company that's been in business for 35 years. We've become one of the largest builders in the Tulsa area, and that was without Clay. So when I came to know Clay, I really thought, man, there's not much more I need to know, but I'm willing to listen. The interesting thing is our internet leads from our website has actually, in a 4-month period of time, has gone from somewhere around 10 to 15 leads in a month to 180 internet leads in a month. Just from the few things that he's shown us how to implement that I honestly probably never would have come up with on my own. So I got a lot of good things to say about the system that Clay put in place with us. And it's just been an incredible experience. I am very glad that we met and had the opportunity to work with Clay. So the interaction with the team and with Clay on a weekly basis is honestly very enlightening. One of the things that I love about Clay's perspective on things is that he doesn't come from my industry. He's not somebody who's in the home building industry. I've listened to all the experts in my field. Our company has paid for me to go to seminars, international builder shows, all kinds of places where I've had the opportunity to learn from the experts in my industry. But the thing that I found working with Clay is that he comes from such a broad spectrum of working with so many different types of businesses that he has a perspective that's difficult for me to gain because I get so entrenched in what I do, I'm not paying attention to what other leading industry experts are doing. And Clay really brings that perspective for me. It is very valuable time every week when I get that hour with him. From my perspective, the reason that any business owner who's thinking about hooking up with Thrive needs to definitely consider it is because the results that we've gotten in a very short period of time are honestly monumental. It has really exceeded my wildest expectation of what he might be able to do. I came in skeptical because I'm very pragmatic, and as I've gone through the process over just a few months, I've realized it's probably one of the best moves we've ever made. I think a lot of people probably feel like they don't need a business or marketing consultant because they maybe are a little bit prideful and like to think they know everything. I know that's how I felt coming in. I mean, we're a big company that's definitely one of the largest in town. And so we kind of felt like we knew what we were doing. And I think for a lot of people, they let their ego get in the way of listening to somebody that might have a better or different perspective than theirs. I would just really encourage you, if you're thinking about working with Clay, I mean, the thing is, it's month to month. Go give it a try and see what happens. I think in the 35-year history of Shaw Homes, this is probably the best thing that's happened to us. And I know if you give them a shot, I think you'll feel the same way. I know for me, the thing I would have missed out on if I didn't work with Clay is I would have missed out on literally an 1,800% increase in our internet leads. Going from 10 a month to 180 a month, that would have been a huge financial decision to just decide not to give it a shot. I would absolutely recommend Clay Clark to anybody who's thinking about working with somebody in marketing. I would skip over anybody else you were thinking about, and I would go straight to Clay and his team. I guarantee you're not going to regret it, because we sure haven't.
My name is Danielle Sprick, and I am the founder of D Sprick Realty Group here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. After being a stay-at-home mom for 12 years and my 3 kids started school and they were in school full-time, I was at a crossroads and trying to decide what do I want to do? My degree and my background is in education, but after being a mom and staying home and all of that, I just didn't have a passion for it like I once did. My husband suggested real estate. He's a home builder, so real estate and home building go hand in hand, and we just rolled with it. I love people, I love working with people, I love building relationships, but one thing that was really difficult for me was the business side of things. The processes and the advertising and marketing. I knew that I did not have what I needed to make that what it should be. So I reached out to Clay at that time, and he and his team have been extremely instrumental in helping us build our brand, help market our business, our agents, the homes that we represent. Everything that we do is a direct line from Clay and his team and all that they've done for us. We launched our brokerage, our real estate brokerage, 8 months ago. And in that time, we've gone from myself and one other agent to just this week, we signed on our 16th agent. We have been blessed with the fact that we right now have just over 10 million in pending transactions. 3 years ago, I never would have even imagined that I would be in this role that I'm in today, building a business, having 16 agents. But I have to give credit where credit's due, and Clay and his team and the business coaching that they've offered us has been huge. It's been instrumental in what we're doing. Don't ever limit your vision. When you dream big, big things happen.
I started a business because I couldn't work for anyone else. I do things my way. I do what I think is in the best interest of the patient. I don't answer to insurance companies. I don't answer to large corporate organizations. I answer to my patient, and that's it. My thought when I opened my clinic was I can do this all myself. I don't need additional outside help in many ways. I went to medical school. I can figure this out. But it was a very, very steep learning curve. Within the first 6 months of opening my clinic, I had a $63,000 embezzlement. I lost multiple employees. Clay helped us weather the storm of some of the things that are just a lot of people experience, especially in the medical world. He was instrumental in helping with the specific written business plan. He's been instrumental in hiring good quality employees, using the processes that he outlines for getting in good talent, which is extremely difficult. He helped me in securing the business loans. He helped me with web development and search engine optimization. We've been able to really keep a steady stream of clients coming in because they found us on the web. With everything that I encountered, everything that I experienced, I quickly learned it is worth every penny to have someone in your team that can walk you through and even avoid some of the pitfalls that are almost invariable in starting your own business. I'm Dr. Chad Edwards, and I own Revolution Health and Wellness Clinic.
Clay, my honor to be on your show, and thank you for all you do. I hear the ripple effects from you are good ripple effects. You know what I mean? People rave about what they learned from you, so congratulations.
And we went from expecting maybe 250,000 this year to we're at 400,000. Hi, I'm Kelsey with K&D's Woodward Finishing, business owner at 23. So I've been working this K&D's company for about 5 years now, and we started working with Thrive not too long ago. And we went from expecting maybe 250,000 this year to we're at 400,000. we're pretty excited about that. It's been pretty much just listening to what they have to say. Their hiring process has just really been incredible as far as finding good quality help, and the just the accountability of meeting up with them weekly, and like such good insight, the resources that they have for specific business questions. It's all been really incredible. It's been a great experience, so I would recommend it to anybody.
What I've seen from Clay and his group at Thrive is they'll give you a simple system, and it's the simple systems are the ones that people can wrap their brain around. They're the ones that people can work with on a day-to-day basis.
Hi there, my name is Stephanie Pipkin. I am 24 years old and I own Black River Falls Cleaning Services. We opened in April of 2019 and it is now mid-June of 2020. So I wanted to talk today about the success and growth I have achieved by implementing the Proven Path with Clay Clark's team and my business coach Luke from Thrivetime. It has been insane to say the least. I started working with them in mid-February of this year, so we're about 4 months in of working together, and it has completely transformed my business in pretty much every facet. So I'm gonna check my notes here. So in 4 months, my leads have tripled. I was getting probably like 2 leads a week. Now I'm getting more in the like 10 to 15 leads a week. I have doubled my number of employees. I'm now hitting the highest revenue weeks in the history of the company, week to week it seems like. We went from about 6 appointments today as our highest in February to now 14 to 15 appointments a day. And hiring quality employees has become much simpler and less stressful by using their systems for hiring. I typically only get maybe 2 complaints a month, if that, and everybody shows up to work. I just have really high quality employees now, especially in something people typically consider a high turnover type of work, you know, cleaning houses, cleaning businesses. I have amazing employees now, and I get rid of the ones who are not so amazing and bring on new ones because of, you know, group interviews and interviewing every single week. It's just been great, and such I don't waste as much time on low quality candidates anymore. And your coach will hold you accountable. I mean, which I love. Again, the tough love is really great. You know, Luke's like a stern father figure, but he's also nice, but also stern when he needs to be when I'm being lazy and not doing the things that I know I need to do because I don't want to do them. So that's just great. Worth every penny. I mean, I'd pay him $1 million a month if I can, and maybe someday I'll be able to, but I would just say go for it. If it seems like a good fit, just go for it. Do what they say, even if you think it's stupid or ridiculous, just do what they say because it'll work. You know, people, when they look at my business, you know, people in my town, they think I'm lucky. They think I'm just, you know, things just happen for me. And, you know, maybe I am lucky, but it has a lot to do with hard work and, you know, perseverance and, you know, working till you cry sometimes. That's just being an entrepreneur, which if you're a business owner, you understand that. But it's having these systems in place of, you know, of course I'm going to be successful. It's an absolute because I have all this stuff in the background happening, and I have Luke and Clay and everybody on their team working really hard to make sure that I'm a success. And I can tell that they are just so excited every single week when I'm having all these wins and things like that. They're so excited for me. So it's the best thing ever, and I would suggest to anybody to work with them. So sorry for the long-winded reply, but I just had so much to say, and I could go on for hours probably about how amazing they are. But thank you to Clay and Luke and the entire team there, everything you guys have done for me, and I am so excited to continue to work with you for years to come. Thanks so much for watching.
My saying is, if it's important to you, hire a coach. And I think that's one of the reasons people are not successful is they eat a cheeseburger instead of hiring a coach, you know what I mean? And so my coach pushes me. They're younger than me. They push harder. They're trained. And as my rich dad always said, you know, amateurs don't have a coach, but professionals always have coaches. So I've always had coaches for whatever is important. You know, my rich dad was one of those persons. I wanted to learn how to play Monopoly in real life. So he was my coach.